Hello, everyone, and welcome to Principal's Talk Show. I am your host, Rajni Bharara, and you're watching this on Fun Kids India's official channel. Today on the show, we have some really successful principals whom I'm going to introduce to you in a while. But before, I would like to also welcome Mr. Gagan Rana, founder of Fun Kids India, to the show. And now, like I said, that I will be introducing a very important, guest and the principals to you guys. So let me just start my introduction. The first principal that we have today on the show is Principal Seema Negi. She is a Global Goodwill Ambassador, Director, Principal Sanjeevani World School, Mumbai. She is a teacher trainer, life coach, author, international speaker and moderator, national and international awardee, multiple record holder for her work in the field of education and social work. The next principal that we have on the show is Dr. Nidhi Nijavan. She is the principal of GD Goenka Public School. The next principal that we have on the show is Mrs. Kajal Chatija, Executive Director, Gayatri Group of Schools and founder of EduDrone. And last but not the least, we have with us Dr. Divya Bhasin, Principal, Mata Rukmani Rai, Arya Sen, Senior Secondary, Shahabad. So welcome all the principals to the Principal Talk Show. And firstly, I would like to congratulate you all, and I would like to thank you all for coming to the show because, we have with us today all the women. We are having this panel of really successful women in the show today. So thank you so much for that, and many congratulations to you for being someone whom the children can always look up to. So thank you again for that, and again welcome. So now, as we know, I have already introduced all of you. Now I would like to let you know the topic of today. So the topic of today's discussion is going to be the impact of COVID on the academics and the overall development of children. So we would like to talk on that, on this particular topic. So I would like to come to all the principals, but before I come to the principal, I would like to come to you, sir. Yes, the founder of Fun Kids India, Mr. Gagan Rana. So, sir, I would like to know from you if you have some words to say to the principals, because this is our first episode of we already had the launch, but this is the very first episode of Principals Talk Show. So few lines from you, sir.
Thank you, Rajni. Yes, it is an honor to be associated with such an esteemed and renowned principal of our time. And yes, we did season 1, which we generally call principal session. So I think most of you attended the season 1. And our season 2 has just gone a different level, different ball game altogether. So it's not the same Fun Kids India we used to be. We got grown into massive business, not just in India, but internationally. And this is a kind of opportunity, like, season 1, I really enjoyed. I really learned from all of you with your insight, with your tactics, with your strategies to handle things in school and in life. I really enjoyed all those sessions. I sometimes watch those sessions and I really get inspired by those sessions. So that's why I thought let's do season 2 again. I know we are busy with our India's Emerging Talent reality show at the moment, but I think it's always be good to get back into that learning curve, that enlightening bulb kind of situation where all the amazing principals like you really helped us to reach this momentum. So I would like to welcome and like to announce that episode 2 or episode 1, that was the first episode to be open, and all the amazing principals are here. And we've been in season 1 and again in season 2, and this is the kind of a continuous journey. So there's going to be a series of shows for us. We decided 10 yet, but last time we did 15. So we'll see how that goes this time, and then we just keep moving on. Thank you, Rajni.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for these kind words. And now I would like to come to you, Principal Dr. Seema Negi. So, Dr. Seema, I would like to actually ask from you. So, before we come to the topic of discussion, I actually would like to know from you. So what do you think about the idea of Fun Kids India? And also, I would like to mention that, we we have a lot of talent shows in India where, a lot of children's kids, toddlers to, different age categories, they participate in the show. But I don't think any of those shows, they connect with the foundation. I think, and I would say at least, the principals are actually the foundation of the children. They actually, if you look at the principals, so you can tell, how the kids are going to be, or how the school is going to be. So I would like to know from you, so what do you think about this idea of Fun Kids India, India's emerging talent?
So the element fun, that is how it starts, right? So what is life without fun? Right. And why do you think a child comes to school if the child is not going to have any fun? Or what's the purpose of life if there is no happiness and there is no fun? So the element itself, fun, and when you bring two words together, that is fun and kids, definitely that is what is a child's birthright, and we have to provide the same to the child, whether it's in school or it's in the larger society and community. So first of all, I would like to express my gratitude to Mr. Gagan Rana and Fun Kids for bringing this kind of concept in. And why do I personally believe in having fun and nurturing talent is, during pandemic, when everybody was actually cribbing about what is happening, how do we move ahead and all, our school made a World Book of Record UK, by showcasing talent of 500 students online 24 hours back to back. Children are full of talent. Somebody needs to provide them the platform. So thank you so much for providing that platform. And definitely, fun and kids have a long way to go.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And, I definitely think that it's going to, it will be going a long way, and it will definitely be helping the kids, to showcase their talent. So now I would like to come to you, Principal Nidhi. So we have also, we have had you in the first season, and you were really fun, and, the kids loved you. So welcome to the second season as well. Now I would like to, ask you about the story. I would like to now come to the topic of discussion that how the COVID impacted the kids, the overall development of the kids, and also the academics and everything. So, Principal Nidhi, I would like to know that, is COVID really over according to you, or it can, come back again? And
first of all, thank you very much. And once again, it's great to be with Mr. Gagan on the show, and of course the team of Fun Kids. And as always, you are at your best. So telling about COVID being over, I think it's in our minds. In our minds, it is still continuing. And yes, of course, we do keep hearing the WHO reports and other things. So yes, the virus is still there, but then I think we are also acclimatizing ourselves and the children to live with this virus. And it is a challenge posed, but definitely I think, like all challenges, we are able to surmount this challenge also. Because after 2 years, when the schools have reopened in April, both children and parents are very enthusiastic, and everybody is taking things in a very, very positive manner, I would say. And we are also, yes, there have been learning gaps. There's no doubt about it, especially in the younger generations. If we talk of particularly the skills, because both means we've only been working on the listening skills of the children during these 2 years of pandemic. The writing, the speaking, and the reading skills had taken a back seat. Though, of course, now we're working on it. We are identifying the gaps, but I think it's not something that we won't be able to overcome. So we are working on it, and we are very sure that we will be able to do that.
Thank you so much, Principal Nidhi. Now, I would like to welcome Principal Kajal on the show. Hello, Principal Kajal. Welcome to Fun Kids India, and also welcome to Principal's Talk Show. And it's an honor having you on the show, firstly. So now I would like to ask you that, when you talk to your students, your kids, so are they still scared of COVID, or have they become, habitual of it, or what are your views on that?
See, now I second with what Nidhi madam said. Now it's very much part of us, and our everyone around us like has accepted it. And when we saw our students coming back to school, that was like, we all were waiting for it. And now, as we have seen this change, the entire education, fraternity, it's evolved, and we have got a new phase of life, and we have accepted it, and we are strong, and we are more stronger now, I believe, and we are ready to fight with any odds around us.
Right, right. Definitely. I mean, we all are very much ready to fight, be it COVID or any virus that may come. But Principal Seema, I would like to come to you and I would like to ask from you that, when we talk about us, I mean, we have that maturity and we have that sense that, if things may come to us, we that we'll have to fight it, and we'll come together and we'll fight it, and we'll sort out some solution. But when it comes to the kids and children, so what do you think? Do you think they are still scared of it, or they also have got that maturity in them that no, even if it comes, we'll fight it, we'll see how it goes?
So let's look behind for some time. Okay, when COVID hit, imagine a 3-year-old child who used to go down and play every day. The child was confined to the four walls. So I think our children have seen, tasted, and experienced adversity at a very, very young age. So they know about it. These were the children who stopped their parents from moving out without mask, without carrying their sanitizers. So, they have learned. See, we all are evolved learners, how Nidhi ma'am said and how Kajal said. We all have evolved. Our children have evolved. They know when they came to school, before we shut down the school, children came to school for some time. They knew they have to wear their mask. They knew they have to maintain the distancing. So they have learned it. See, it's a learned behavior. We have learned it. So it's a part of life. See, COVID is not going to go away. We all know. Maybe the intensity will be reduced, but it's here to stay. In the list of so many diseases, we have one more disease. But what is our attitude? That makes a lot of difference. And with right guidance, with right parenting, with parents and school collaborating together, I think children have also understood this. That's my take on this.
Right, right. Also, now, Principal Nidhi, I would like to ask from you, when the COVID hit, a lot of people suffered, different sectors suffered. And one of the sector was education sector as well. So education sector suffered a lot. So if I ask you, so how did your school and especially your kids, how did they cope up with COVID and the lockdown, of course?
Yes, definitely. Every sector suffered, and education suffered in various domains, and various processes got suffered, and we had to send teachers on breaks and all. And yes, we had to somewhere balance out things. But I would say that everybody collaborated together, and everybody took it in their stride, whether they were parents or students or teachers or management. But there was a lot of collaboration. If I look at my school, there was a lot of collaboration, collaborative approach towards the things. And since now, after when the school is opened, also infrastructurally, also there were things that had to be worked on. 2 years, things did not move on. Like, we are a fully air-conditioned school, so many of our infrastructure things had to be again reworked on. Things had to be moved on. Teachers somewhere, see, 2 years there was a lot of, but yes, as we said during the COVID times, I think Kajal is one person who is here on this platform, and there were a lot of webinars and online trainings, and yes, things have worked on. But yes, the emotional and the social approach has changed. People have grown, and I think empathy that was missing particularly has grown now, and each one now feels the pain of the other. And we're working on it. We're working on the emotional, social EQ levels of the students, which has been the main. thing. And since the teachers were also doing a lot of online, they were basically online teaching going on. So now again, coming back to the real world and to come back again, there has been a shift. And somewhere we're all working on it in the school. If I talk of my school particularly, we worked on, there were many things that we did when during the lockdown. We had a lot of virtual tours for the children. We had a lot of online teachers approach to the co-scholastic as well as to the scholastic subjects worked on. And now, of course, we've learned from many things. We've also identified the gaps where what all were there. So we're working on it to build up. And I think as a team, we're doing a very, very good job about it. And we're very hopeful that soon, we will be able to move to next levels of learning for all of us.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Principal Nidhi. And coming to you, Principal Kajal, I would like to know from you that what did you, being a principal, being the authority, what did you do differently for your students and for your school during the lockdown period?
Yes, Miss Nidhi, we all have, all have great powers in us. And we in our curriculum, we always talk about problem solving, design thinking. So we, asked our students to rather, look at like what we are doing, sitting at home next to the Zoom and looking at these windows. We always tried to shift their attention to new learnings, to new beginnings. As Nidhi ma'am was also talking about it, and even Seema ma'am has added some brilliant, points. I want to show you what our students, principals, professionals, and we did. First, I'll tell you from the Edinburgh point of view. This is, if you can see, Blessings of Life in 2020. We have published, we have authored this book. 108 authors we have received. In this, we have 40 principals, 40 students, and roughly around 20 professionals, 10 teachers who have written stories, what exactly they were doing during this time. And only talking about positive learnings. We're not talking about what we have lost. In fact, this is an eye-opener of this iconic year 2020. So from here, the journey began, and even our students were, more, you can say, vigilant, and they really kept on looking forward. What's new? Ab kya naya karna hai? And in fact, in this, we all got lot of time for all of us, even looking at our hobbies, and we all became very creative. So if I have to, talk from school point of view and even from my personal point of view, I will tell you that we all got lot of time to introspect, to do self-reflection. So all we get is new self, a new person, a new beginning, what we have seen. Like Seema ma'am has shared that they have, got a world record of being 24 hours. Don't you think it's such a brilliant idea? So these many ideas came forward where we, from Gayatri School, we kept on having various competitions involving parents, fitness related activities, happy cooking. We also came up with happy calling concept. So these are, little points from my side.
Amazing. I mean, I think those are some really great, things that you did. And congratulations on the book too. And I'm sure it must be really great. And now, coming to you, Principal Seema, I would like to know from you that, when we talk about children, kids, they have a very short attention span. So earlier when we used to give them a phone or laptop, so it used to only be for entertainment purpose, whether to watch a video or to play games. But then when they came to know then that they will have to now study, using a phone or a laptop. So, and because as I mentioned that they have a very short attention span. So how did you cope up with that, and what did you do differently for your kids and students and your school during the lockdown and COVID period?
So if you see, these children are digital natives, right? And yes, they do have short attention span, but to give them a gadget and then you see how much attention span do they have. It's only when we are teaching them they might have short attention span, but when you give them a gadget and you tell them to now co-create learning, okay, and you gamify entire learning, how Kajal also said, when children became a part of the book, when situation was thrown to them and they have to come out with the answers, then I think whether it's gadget or it's a regular classroom, children get involved. The key is to get them involved. The more involved the class will be, the better it will be learning. See, gone are the days when we as principal, when we used to take the school round and the school was like there was pin drop silence. So we felt that, okay, learning is happening. No, each and every class needs to have positive noise. Till the time we won't have positive noise, I think learning is not happening. So whether it is about attention span or whether it is about whether learning is taking place or not, the key factor is, are you involving the children? That is why experiential learning, gamification, everything is a part of learning process now.
Yes, it is. It definitely is. Now I would like to come to, the principal of Fun Kids India, Mr. Gagan Rana. Sir, you are the principal of, Fun Kids India. So I would like to know from you. So how difficult was it for you to, during the lockdown, because, it started in 2019 when there was no COVID and nothing, Fun Kids India. But then, suddenly when it started in 2020, everything got shut. So how difficult was it for you to connect with the principals and, to manage the kids for to actually convince the kids that they have to showcase their talent on this platform? So how difficult was it for you?
Yeah, it was difficult, right? This COVID has just changed the game. COVID has just moved the cheese from here to there. So it was difficult, but end of the day, we all are human, and for me, I'm the fighter. So I just fight till death. I just this is what way I am, and so we did even the finale when like we did physically, like we are the first, we did finale for IET season 1 in Gurugram, where all the events are just closed, and when we did luckily it just opened that time, and when we did it safely, not even single kid got a COVID from our event, because for me safety comes first, and this is always the preference. Health and safety is number one priority for me. So that's why we handle that. Even when you are the host over there in that Rajni as well, see, look, you looked on our preparation, right? It was nth detail, so we can't take chances. So that's the way we did, and we took our precautions, like as Negi ma'am mentioned that we this is another virus. So for me, it's just another virus. That's the way I treat it. I haven't treated it any, oh my God, oh, there's a virus. No, I just treat it just a virus. You have to do do's and don'ts. So you just focus on do's and don'ts, and that's it. So you have to, don't have to mourn about things. I know it's difficult. People have lost their life, but you have to follow the rules. Government is there, follow the rules. If you're not going to follow the rules and you're going to take it casually, because in wave 2, what happened? People took it very casually, but we didn't take it casually at all. We know that this wave 2 is going to be dangerous. And all of my team, we were all taking all the precautions. Like even people coming to office, they were all taking precautions. So we can't take chances. This is how we operate as a business. We can't just take chances and leave things on hope. So yeah, it was difficult, but it was another one, another concern which have a plan, and we executed the plan, and then we did it. And convincing children, yes, that was challenging, but because season 1, nobody knows it. Nobody knows us that much. So even principal says, when I was trying to contact them, so who this guy is, kind of thing. So it's just hard work, and is convincing and never give up attitude was there always. And because I know what I'm doing is right. I'm not on this wrong side. I'm just wanting to really help children, people, and my country all together. And that's shown, I guess. And I'm just working for that, and never stop. And now season 2, we are on a principal talk show season 2. We are on IIT season 2. And talent show going to start again, principal talent show season 2 soon. So yes, it's just all moving ahead for us, and just plan it and execute the plan. Simple.
I mean, that's really amazing what you said, because you definitely are helping the country and the kids. And also, I would like to mention that it sure was very difficult, because nobody knew what Fun Kids India actually is during the COVID time and lockdown time. But you actually trusted your vision. You had the vision and you trusted it, and whatever that came your way, you tackled it in such a great way. So thank you so much for that, and thank you so much for giving us the season 2 now. And like you mentioned that we are soon coming out with the principal talent show also. So to all the principals who are here right now, I would like to tell you that brace yourselves, because we have very, very talented principals on Fun Kids India. So you really have to pull your socks up and be ready for the game if you participate in the principal's talent show, and I'm sure you will. So now I know.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I got to drop off for Rajni. Please
Yes,
carry
yes,
on. I've got another meeting. All right.
Right.
Thanks.
Thank you so much
Cheers.
for joining.
Thanks all. Thanks all. Cheers.
Thank
Thanks.
you. And now I would like to come to you, Principal Nidhi. We have talked about how you guys, not we, I mean, we being the Fun Kids India team, and you being the principal, how did you cope up with, when the COVID hit and the lockdown started? So but now I would like to know about post-COVID. So what are your plans for your students and their future and the school post-COVID? If you can please share with us.
So we have a lot of plans. We have worked on our calendars, both academic and activity calendars, and what we are trying to focus more on our events where we can have more of showcasing of the innate potential of our students. As Seema ma'am mentioned, we are into experiential learning for the students. So a lot of activity-based learning is being focused more upon rather than the theoretical learning approach. And we're also working, in fact, we reopened, or our session started from 1st of April until date. We have had about 3-4 events we have done, wherein be it the graduation day of the children of the primary lot, and then we did very recently we did about the theater music a dance show for our children, and where they exhibited beautifully. Shakespeare came alive on the stage, and it was a lot of the children, as Seema mentioned, that 2 years children were not allowed to move out, and they were within the 4 walls of the house. So now they are exploring, they're loving it. We had on the World Dance Day, we had a lot of students performed and different forms of dance, so they just let themselves loose. So it is important. Now we're planning on a soccer match for our students. So our focus now more is on, I would say, on the activity-based learning part, because there we felt that the students had missed out on the peer learning, on the peer projects that we are working, collaborative projects. Even the holiday homework that we are planning is more on the collaborative approach, where they have to do some kind of a research while they move out of the house. They need to do some surveys. So that's more we're focusing now more on. So that is what we are planning for, in the coming months. And of course, a lot of career counseling sessions for our elder ones, for the grade 11th and 12th, so that they know what subjects, what approach they need to take.
Amazing, amazing. And now to you, Principal Kajal, I would like to know, of course, I would like to know your future plans as well. But before that, I would like to know from you that do your kids still get excited about the holidays? Because, during the COVID and the lockdown, everyone was in their home, and students, they really got bored of the holidays. So are they still, getting excited about the holidays and the vacations, or they are just bored? They just want to attend classes now?
Earlier they used to be very, very excited when we used to talk about holidays, but yes, this time it was very unusual, and wherein I feel we are still with them. We are having a lot of field trips. We are calling them to school, and out of everyone's surprise, now during this break, this Saturday we'll be having art mela. And again, like this is done by our students, where they are calling their friends and family to have 4 to 5 competitions. And this is absolutely done by our children, where they have organized handwriting competition and poster making, coloring, painting. They'll be painting walls. So there'll be a lot of excitement, in the campus, and the preparation is already, started. So we and this is what we want from our children. We want them to do all this. And when it comes from children, the happiness on everyone's face is very different. And yes, coming now, what we are planning, so we are planning on bagless Saturdays. We are also thinking of zero waste school. And in this bagless Saturdays, our children will be working on making best out of waste, beautifying the campus, doing eco farm, and even gardening. So these all things our students are going to, you can say, try their hands on. And for this, we've done our homework in the April itself. Every class was given one project. One piece of land is already, like, the entire campus is divided into 10 parts now. So
Okay.
basically it is done from grade 1 to 10. And for our little ones, for pre-primary, what we have done, like where they have their classes, they have their small piece of land where they play. That's a sandpit, so they'll be doing along with their teachers. So this is what we are looking at, so that they try all this what they have missed.
Yeah.
They've missed quite a lot.
Yeah, COVID. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's really amazing, and that's really creative what you and your students are doing. That's really creative, and I'm sure all the the Principal Nidhi and Principal Seema, if they have not started it yet, I'm sure they must be taking notes, but because that's really creative. Now coming to you, Principal Seema, what are your future plans for your school and students post COVID, and what interested you the most in Principal Nidhi and Principal Kajal's creative ideas?
So I think as a principal, we keep on tinkering our brains, right? That is the first thing we do. And each one of us have seen that we have gone through the entire cycle of unlearn and relearn. And we are churning it. It's like manthan, what you say, churning. So we are churning and we are coming out with lot of new ideas. We want to give the best of experiential learning to our children. We want them to dirty their hands. We want them to play with mud. We want them to be out of the classrooms. See, when it comes to English, Hindi, math, science, any other subject, trust me, subject can be taught anytime. Okay, you take them out to play a cricket match also. You can teach them ratio, you can teach them proportion, you can teach them probability, you can teach them everything. So what is needed is whatever they have missed. We all talk about the first aid in our school. So what important first aid that we are working out in, there should be emotional first aid kit ready. There should be social first aid kit ready, psychological first aid kit ready, and your physical first aid kit ready. Trust me, academic can happen. How Nidhi rightly said that we have identified the gap. Each one of us have done that. After identifying the gap, after the gap analysis, we knew how to move ahead. And that is what Kajal so beautifully said. You have to make the children a part of the learning now. Learning cannot be the teacher knows all approach. Gone are the days. There were times when you used to say teacher is the sage of the stage. Now everybody is equal partner in learning. So many times we have seen during pandemic, our students have taught us so much about technology which we were not aware of, and we have learned it together. Now when we are giving children the chance of, like, say, Kajal spoke about gardening or horticulture or these kind of things, which NEP also says that vocational learning needs to be a part of curriculum. So all of us are working on that. And I think if everybody takes learning to a different level, if each principal feels that, okay, beyond academics also there is something which is very, very important for a child, then we are not just preparing the child for IQ, we are preparing the child for SQ, EQ, AQ, DQ, HQ, you name the Q, and everything is there. And that is what I have seen from Nidhi's and Kajal's deliberation. And as I told you, we as principal, we keep on tinkering, we keep on learning from each other, and all of us have our plans laid for our children, because whatever we have done, it is like post-pandemic era and pre-pandemic era. So we want to now reinvent the wheel again, and that is what we are doing.
I think also, that's really great what you're doing, principals, Seema. Also, being a woman in during this time, I think it really helps because women are multitaskers, and whenever they get stuck in anything, they just get the ideas instantly. So I'm sure being a woman must have helped you. So now I would also like to know, back in the day when I was in school, I used to get very excited about the games period. So, but during the lockdown time, because the kids, they had to be inside, and they were told to not go outside. So the parents complained that during the course of the lockdown time and the COVID time, the children became lazy. So now they are not very much interested in the outdoor activities. They want to learn, and they want to do everything, within their phone. They want to study, keeping a phone or a laptop in their hand, and they're not much interested in the outdoor activities or the games or stuff like these. So what did you do for that to change, and what will you be doing in future for that to change, Principal Nidhi?
Yeah, I do agree that yes, during the COVID times, they have become addicted to the gadgets. But yes, coming back to school, we have introduced a lot of hobby clubs and club periods, and where the students go and they explore what clubs they want to take on. So we have many outdoor activity clubs also for them. We have pottery making. We've developed a botanical garden for them. We've also had the lawn tennis, of course, and the other sports are there. We have the swimming has started. So the students are loving it, and they're enjoying it also, I would say. And we also, as I mentioned earlier, we are planning on the soccer matches for our pre-primary and primary kids particularly, so that they develop that thing. And also we've introduced better eating habits. We are planning to start now, of course, in North, we will be closing shortly for the summer break. So we are now looking at that compulsory midday meal system. Also, we are going to revert back in July so that they learn the habit of healthy eating also. And yes, our
Principal Nidhi, I think yeah.
Nidhi ma'am,
and
you're on.
inform and the club periods, and there are many hobby clubs they have started on. We've started on, so there's lot many things. Even for that matter, our English teacher, like if we're doing some kind of a poem or we're doing some prose lesson, so we're encouraging Hindi English teachers to take them out and to have the enactment done in our atriums and all. So I think we are building on those things, and children are enjoying moving out of the four walls of the classroom.
Brilliant. That's really brilliant. And Principal Kajal? So, the same question that I asked Principal Nidhi, that like I mentioned before, that I used to get really excited about my games period and all that. But now that because of COVID and lockdown, the kids have become really lazy. As the parents complain and as they say. So, what did you do differently, and what will you be doing differently, in the future for the kids to get out of that laziness and to be more interested in outdoor activities and to be more interested in knowing that the next period is going to be the games period?
See, when we had COVID, we had everything what we could do and what we were doing. Even the sports periods, yoga, everything was done for the students, and a special kit was made with of course it was not very elaborate, but like it was given to students so that they can practice and they can get a feeling of games periods. And now, yes, post COVID, coming back to school is another a different feeling when they are all together and they are loving it. This is what children look forward. And coming to the proper recess, what change I have seen, I am very sure both the principals will agree. And even I have seen students, they want to munch in between. So that is something we want to break, that habit, because during COVID, like, they were sitting alone, they were allowed to eat, they were allowed to switch off their cameras and keep munching and keep sipping whatever. So this is a big change what we have seen, and this is a big time problem for all of us. And they're getting 3 to 4 tiffins now. So giving 2 to 3 breaks, it's not possible, but we have to give, because they've become used to. 2 years is such a big time that we have to give, and especially small children. So this is what I think next time when you come, you should talk about this, how to break this habit of munching in between. And otherwise children, they know their way out, how to get out and how to get it done. They know their ways. And yes, but games, they're enjoying themselves on the ground, which they were looking forward. So these are points from my end.
Thanks so much, Principal Kajal. And Principal Seema?
Yeah, so taking it forward from what Nidhi and Kajal just said, see, even during the pandemic era, even during the online classes, children did look forward to games class and dance class and all these classes, because these classes were breaking the monotony of regular teaching, learning of subject. So not that they did not look forward for that, they did look forward for that and they enjoyed. But yes, the simulation which was needed and which you get on the ground, you do not get that. I'll give a very small example. My nursery class was having the P period, and one day I said, okay, I will show you the school. Okay, I took them to the school ground and I turned my camera that side and I said, this is your school ground. So whenever next time you have your P period, you need to imagine first 5 minutes will be this imagination task that you are on the school ground. Okay. All this happened for 8 months. And when they came to school in the month of January, these children, the moment they came to playground, one of the child came running and he said, "Itna bada playground." And that was the big reward for me. Now, when we were about to start our grade 10, first thing we did, we took everyone, we said, okay, we are going for 2 days overnight trip. We took them to Lonavala, and trust me, hardly we slept. I mean, midnight, around 2 o'clock, we had booked turf and we were playing football, cricket, everything. They were in the pool throughout the day. Late night, they had Maggie. As Kajal rightly said, they want to eat every time. But we have allowed them to do everything. Sometime with senior children, when we tell them, okay, right now, it's okay to break the rule. Right now, it is okay to do whatever you are doing. But the moment you come back and the moment the teaching, learning session and academic year start, these are the guidelines to be followed. So, we need to expose them to both the environment. And I think children are waiting to come. The playgrounds are waiting for children and children are waiting for playground. They need to come, they need to play, because play is the best way to learn. Did I miss something, or is something seems frozen?
I think Nidhi's camera is frozen.
Okay, yeah. because it seems frozen, so it was like
no.
Yeah, so glad I'm back. I think Rajni is in studio. I think maybe she is frozen. Rajni, can you hear us? If not,
I think your camera is frozen.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, we can't hear you here, Rajni, if you're talking at all. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. So what we going to do? I think she's going to come back or not. Okay. So let's carry on. So I think personally, from my point of view, I think this COVID. I'm in England at the moment. The COVID is kind of over here. It's like schools are just open. Even children are going to water parks. And trains working fine. And inflation has just gone up. Like we have 9% inflation now, right? And the Boris Johnson is worried what he has to do to handle this inflation. So, like, everything has just gone up. So I just like to know, like, what are the other side effects of this COVID? From the school point of view, you are facing, like fees or something different, something which is which we haven't spoken about. Anything you want to mention, Principal Seema, first?
So if we see, fees was the pain point, and I think let's not touch it. Yes, definitely we all have faced that. And if we see economy as a whole, so we need to understand if we have faced these issues, they were really the issues, right? And I think all the schools have adapted that, adapted and adopted the empathetic approach. They collaborated with parent. I think everybody tried to help parents at different level, whatever they could, and we have done it. But now that cycle is over, schools also need to thrive. Like Nidhi ma'am spoke about so many sports activities that they want to offer. Kajal spoke about so many activities they want to offer. Definitely, we also need funds for that. So now the 2 year cycle is over. Now I think, again, whether we say parent or we say the larger community, schools need fees. We need fees because yes, we need to have the best of teacher. We need to reward our teachers for whatever they have done during those 2 years. So money is one pain point. I think we can have a separate webinar for money or fees because that really pinches. I think Kajal can add on more and then Nidhi.
So this on this note, I can remember one song, Dukh Bhare Din Beete Re Bhaiya, Ab Sukh Aayo Re. So when we are talking about fees, yes, this was a major concern where we have done quite a lot, which we had never done to help our parents to, you know, allow our students to study for 2 years if they have not paid the fees. Yes, there were such cases where parents were not able to pay fees, and they used to come on and off and submit letters that how difficult time it was. So yes, it pinches hard, and we've done from our level we have crossed the boundaries to explain the management that for us students is what we want, and these all things will be under control and everything will be back on track. And as we can see, everything is again back on track. These are the days, as I said, our happiness days are back now.
So we never left any child behind. I mean, when it came to academic, when it came to fees also, but now definitely we want the wheel to again start rolling. Nidhi ma'am, what is your take on this?
Definitely. I agree both with Seema and Kajal because yes, the schools, the management, everybody supported the parents. We supported each other. There's no doubt about it. Teachers worked without increments. We all worked without increments and without, at times, yes, even salaries were truncated.
Salaries.
Everybody supported wherever they could support. But yes, we didn't let our learners suffer in any manner. And as Kajal very correctly pointed out that there were students who were not paying fees, but still they were on rolls. There was nothing like that. There was nothing happen. We didn't let our students suffer. But yes, now as Frost says, there are miles to go before we sleep. So even schools require funds and things have to be worked on, and definitely. And I think parents are also very supportive on that, and everybody is supporting, and the management is supportive. So we have been given options now. Initially, where it used to be quarterly payments, options are still on with monthly payments and all. So we are trying to make things better and support. But yes, this is one area that we would not want to elaborate at this juncture.
We want to conclude it in a happy note. It's
Yes,
fun kids. So
definitely.
let's conclude in a very, very fun and happy manner. So yes, we are handing over the virtual stage to you, Mr. Gagan.
Yeah, no, I agree. And, I was not going to the payment side, like the fee side, because I know everybody struggled, even we as a business, we struggled because for me, it was a challenge as well. Like, what we should do. Shall I continue? Shall I not continue? It's so many things, were there. And I just cracked on. It was difficult. But yeah, I think as we said, Dukh bhare din beete re bhaiya, achhe wale din aaye. So let's stick on that. And so everybody did whatever they could do, and no hard feeling from anyone. and we just did our best. So I think we are all at the end of the session, and so just gonna quickly talk about the IET season 2. I know, Nidhi ma'am, you try to put your children on the school, but then you change the school and something happened, and then we couldn't get your school on board. So that opportunity is still open. We are just go through quickly with this presentation of IET seasons 2, and then we conclude. So as you know, Salim Merchant, that's fine. And I think you were in the last finale, isn't it? And probably you enjoyed it, and you saw how fair, how open and transparent the judgment was, and it was just fun day, isn't it? And you give your video as well. So we thank you very much for that. So I'll just go through.
Yes, I am really sorry. There was some technical problem. My Wi-Fi went off, but now I'm back again. So, like I was asking you, questions about the lockdown time and pre-COVID and post-COVID. So, principals, now I would also like to know.
Rajni, I think we've been through that. We already got few minutes left. So I think we covered all the questions. So we're just gonna do IET season 2 quick presentation, and then we close.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So you just have a look on the this net people, like why it happened. They have a fiber at office. Still, we have these issues. Anyways, so this is Fun Kids India. Everybody is aware we are a kids family and fun oriented channel, online channel, and this is what we do. I think. We covered this. We mix our song. I think last year in season 1 we played the song, and this is our Fanta Claus in Delhi streets in Harley Davidson, and IET season 2. But we have to include the principal talk show and principal talent show here as well. What we do. So this is first season. Ada Khan came in and Delnazo online. Soumya came in for the finale for the season of IET season 1, and we got a sponsor as well up there. You can see Radisson and all that. Clear Raja Group, and these are a few of the pictures for season 1. And now in season 2, IET season 2. So Salim is a big name for us. So he's the grand finale judge. So the finale will be happening in August now, because he hasn't got any date in July. So we're gonna have this season 2 finale in probably in Delhi in August time. And yeah, these are coverage so far. Like we started from 21st November last year because of COVID. We delayed because of COVID. Then we did in DPSG Ghaziabad, then we did online, we did NRIs, auditions, and even we tried to do this, Z school, but that couldn't happen. Mata Rukmani Sahabad, Devi Basin ma'am, we did that in her school. Sahabad, it was amazing. Bareilly, Badhayu, Jammu, and we did Dehradun again, virtual, but now because of demand, we are doing again over there as a face-to-face. Now Lucknow is planned, Mumbai, Delhi is planned, even Mumbai we're going to do a couple of probably offline. That's being worked upon. Kolkata, Chandigarh, Jaipur is also to be confirmed. So yeah, we are moving ahead with this full steam for this offline. And then probably most of you are aware that we have 3 IET categories: toddlers from 2 years to 4 years, then kids from 5 to 12 years, and teens 13 to 19. So there were 3 international winners from the India and abroad. So yeah, hopefully one of your child or student will participate, and then imagine how much honorable that award will be, because you're not competing just in your school or in a state or in India. It's international award is there on the line. And these are media coverage from us. It's our auditions, and this is press coverage we did in Bareilly, and me and Astak, Hindustan Time coverage, and this on the bottom right, child got covered as well in Bareilly as well. So a lot of good stuff. This is pictures of DPSG Ghaziabad, 21st November 1. Then more coverage on the media. Plus on the right side, we got Sahabad, Devi Basin ma'am. She got a coverage from her school, plus radio channel coverage was amazing. And this is the Bheen one, which we did in Bheen. So we got 60, now so not 70 plus, I would say, registered from one school. So we'll see how many students you can provide, because Nigmam, you mentioned 500 children. So let's see if you want to come on board, you have the opportunity to break Nana member record. She will be not happy though, but it is, we'll see. Okay. So I think that's a key part I want to cover. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so over to you, Rajni, and thank you for listening from my point of view. But I think it'd be good if say Negi ma'am and Najawan ma'am and Citizen ma'am. I think we spoke about Pune, but I think we just didn't get time to follow up. We are talking to a few other school up there, but we just didn't get time to touch Pune. So we can talk about if you have time, and we can do a half day, one day for your school itself only. All those things.
Sure,
Thank
I
you
think
so
we would like
much.
to work upon this and we can discuss about this later. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. So thank you so much to all the principals who joined, us on the panel today. It was lovely speaking with you today, and it was such a fun session. And I'm sure, not just me, I know that you also have the same feeling that you can also talk about, your students, your school, for hours and hours. But I know that we are on a very tight schedule, so everyone has their meeting lined up now. So thank you so much for joining us today. We'll be back. Everyone will be back for another session, for the next episode of Principals Talk Show on Tuesday. So we'll see you then. And any last words principals would like to say?
Towards the end, I want to say that why students have all the fun, as you did the announcement that there will be talent show for the principals as well. So we are really looking forward for that. Now over to Seema ma'am.
So you have said what I was supposed to say. So let the fun begin.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, and we're all ready for the fun, as Kajal started and Seema also added to it. So okay, Sarah, what will be, but we are all ready here for the fun kids, and to showcase our talent, definitely. Thank you so much.
Wait for you. We can't wait for you to showcase your talent on Fun Kids India now. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye-bye. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye everyone.
Bye bye.